We now have a chance to take you back to Marsh Harbor, which took a direct hit from Hurricane Dorian.
Yeah, today members of a South Florida congressional delegation are getting a look at the devastation firsthand. Calvin is now live to show us. Calvin.
Hey, Louie and Janice, that congressional delegation is the first to arrive here in Marsh Harbor since Hurricane Dorian made landfall exactly 1 month ago today. Let's take a look at what they saw when they arrived here just about an hour ago. You can see they arrived at the Emergency Operations Center, and that delegation was led by Congresswoman Debbie Wasserman Schultz and Mario Diaz-Balart and New York Congressman Gregory Meeks, who also has a lot of Bahamians in his District 5 back in New York. But their first stop once again was at this governmental building talking with members of USAID, and that program has played a very vital role in the recovery efforts here so far. Let's take a listen.
1 month to the day, we thought it was so important for us to be able to see, obviously, firsthand the devastation. We've said all day here that the Bahamas, the Bahamian people are really like extended family to us in South Florida.
And no doubt about that, the Bahamians in South Florida is so important to every aspect of life there. But let me show you some of the homes here. Look at that right behind me. That's what Dorian did to that home. A Category 5 storm, as we know oh so well. A 185-mile-an-hour wind, 225 mile-an-hour wind gust, and a storm surge of some 25 feet just wiped out this entire neighborhood. There are so many people who say it's really impossible to show you even a slice of the devastation here in Marsh Harbor. I tried to do my very best earlier today, going from place to place, neighborhood to neighborhood, banks, buildings. Every aspect of life here has been destroyed. Here's a closer look at what we saw today. Take a look. The stories of survival are just beyond belief. I'm told by one of the locals that a woman named Lydia lived here. This was her home, and she held on to this concrete pole right here, this barrier, hugged it while 25 feet of water just crushed her home. And she was able to leave here after the eye of the storm passed over. She ran down the street. This is quite common to see on the side of the road in Marsh Harbor. A van, debris everywhere. And then take a look over here, more debris. A pickup truck that was crushed by the storm, and a couple of boats on someone's front yard. And the days after the storm, many first responders from out of town, out of the country came here. You can see one arrived on 9/11 and put a C on this home, which means that it's all clear, no bodies were found. But on other homes, you'll see a D, and that means tragedy. I'm told this home was just built, and we're standing in maybe the living room, and this was the kitchen, and there was furniture in here. The power of the storm surge just lifted everything out and swept it out to the road or swept it out to sea. And we're also told that this person had neighbors to the left and to the right. Those houses, gone. So this is inside the church, one of the more popular churches here in Marsh Harbor. The pulpit, gone. And the pews, destroyed. And tiles from the rooftop just fell down on top of everything. I'm sure there are a lot of memories here. I can see some of them on the floor here. A baptismal certificate for Shanisha Jennings and Felicia Saunders. And so just to give you just a slice of what we've seen today, the devastation here, so widespread, we can't even begin to show you just how much damage that has been done here as a result of Dorian. And 1 month after the storm, and still not a whole lot has been done in terms of the recovery efforts, but they are trying. There's a small group of people who are here. We're talking the population here on the Abaco, 17,000 people here in Marsh Harbor. It's down to maybe 1,500 people. They're trying to come back. And you know, what I didn't show you, and what I could have shown you and could have stayed for half the day if I had the time, was this is a community where sailboats are really important. Fishing boats are very important. Not a single fishing boat, not a single charter boat is in the water right now. they're all on land. They're all in someone's backyard or someone's front yard. The closer you were to the water, the more boats you have on your property right now. It is just terrible for so many people. But again, there is a small group of people who are trying to still be the glue to try to keep these communities together. They're asking for Abacoans to come back home. I'll have a special report coming up at 6 o'clock on one of the persons who is really behind the effort to try to bring everyone back here. Fear drove them away, he says, but he wants faith to bring them back. Reporting live in Marsh Harbor, I'm Calvin Hughes. I'll send it back to you, Janice and Louie.